I'm Larry McIntyre, at large. My take this week on current events, happenings, and interesting places in, around, and beyond the FM 98.5 CKWR listening area.
Larry McIntyre at Large is a presentation of Richard Putnam and Eva Munch of RE/MAX Twin City Realty.
Do you remember hearing the story about the old woman who lived in a shoe? She had so many children, she didn't know what to do.
Yeah, in the story, she didn't know what to do, but our client certainly knew what to do.
You're right. She called us, the Punch Team. We found her that perfect house.
Lots of bedrooms and that large yard with room to run. Right here in Waterloo County. Now to sell that shoe to someone with a lot of soul.
If you're thinking of buying or selling, one of the Punch Partnership will be very happy to help you.
That's Richard Putnam and Eva Munch, the Punch Team, at RE/MAX Twin City in Waterloo. Call 519-885-0200.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow. Who of us does not know those words and the meaning that they hold, particularly this year, 100 years after the outbreak of World War I? Flanders, and Belgium as a whole, saw some of the greatest loss of life on the Western Front of the First World War, in particular in the three battles of Ypres. Due to the hundreds of thousands of casualties at Ypres, the poppies that sprang up in the battlefields afterwards, immortalized in John MacRae's 15 lines, have become a symbol for lives lost in war. Ypres today goes by its Dutch name, Lepers. Taking in surrounding towns, it's a center of about 35,000. Its landmark cloth hall has been rebuilt in medieval detail, and poppies do blow between the crosses in the battlefield cemeteries that surround the area. Tyne-Cot, the largest of the British and Commonwealth cemeteries with 11,000 graves, and Landmark, the largest of the German cemeteries with over 44,000 graves, are only minutes away. At Landmark, each cross bears 4 names, and there's a memorial there to those of the German forces who are not interred in a known grave. Similarly, those of the Allied forces, with no known grave, are commemorated in the Menengate Memorial in Ypres. At the Menengate, every evening since 1928, except for the years of the Second World War, all traffic has stopped at 8 o'clock for a bugle to sound the last post. Just as here at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, at the National War Memorial in Ottawa and cenotaphs across Canada, we stop for 2 minutes of silence and the last post. Uniquely, here in Kitchener, we have 2 services of remembrance, one at the cenotaph at Duke and Frederick remembering the Canadian War dead, and one at Woodland Cemetery where German prisoners of war who died in Canada are interred. Meanwhile, bronze casting is underway to memorialize the poet John MacRae in 2 identical statues depicting him sitting on a log writing his battlefield poem. One will be placed at MacRae's Guelph home, the other in Ottawa next spring to mark the 100th anniversary of the publication of the poem. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow, lest we forget. I'm Larry McIntyre, at large.
In Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky the larks, still bravely singing, fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders fields.
Larry McIntyre at Large is a presentation of Richard Putnam and Eva Munch of RE/MAX Twin City Realty.